more than anything else, space creation. So you got VS Swap, you got Dazzle Shallow Grave, you're probably giving over Yule Scepter from the Death Prophet. You could be pressured on the top lane, but your supports have to hang in the lane with you. And then the ones that actually just hang in there anyway.
So here's the DP is...
Snowball it up. A little bit of a gust this time there by Pasha, but the first blood is still going to go the way of the Drow Ranger.
Try and go fight them, or I'm going to take Cleave and just farm the jungle.
Yeah. He was worried about the same thing I was. The fact that Vega can just force down too many towers. Now there's a nice little mid gank, but no one. So he just starts taking the souls away from Invoker. The glimpse back actually not synergizing perfectly. Now the Shallow Grave will kick in from the Dazzle. The Snowball's running forward. No one needs to outrun this. The Snowball isn't connected. Does actually connect with the first heal. No one may die, but they're going to lose both Disruptor as well as Tusker. His charge drop cooldown 1 second time, so maybe he can block him in, but no, Pasha rotates over. We'll find the pick off with 1 control arrows. I think it must have been like 3-4 major patches ago. Yeah, Mag, you can't TP on towers. No matter how hard you try, but Disrupt's still going to go down to Pasha. It's like there was a bit of a dive as well as Tusker.
Even if they know there's rush, they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower.
It's lovely when a Drow playing comes together. Not so Slack, which was being contested at the time. The blink from Bamboo is now revealed as well, as he blinks away from the poison touch, but you get a double Chronosphere. No one, still a trigger in the ulti, and now, okay, he will do so. The Soul Cypher's not going to do enough. Highcat will drop, as no one, he can't really reach him. The Ice Ball will separate the field, and in comes Bamboo for a 4-man epicenter. The damage, however, is just not enough. They're going to swap him down, pulling Disruptor into the fight. The Invoker, the only one to survive, as no one, and still walking around with the Aegis, the Immortal. So no one's happy to tank the initial burst of damage, and now Mag jumps in, he's just on the edge, gets both Vena as well as the Disruptor. A Snowball in for a little bit of safety, but then the burst heal from Solo kicks in. They take so much damage that Death Drop ulti is still going to work until Bamboo, he can pick up the 2 backliners, including the Drow Ranger. Now Vega's in trouble, the Stormball flies forward, Mag gonna be glimpsed back inside the base, and now Vega, they don't respect enough of the Monkey Business's high ground defense. They lose their backline. Man's got time walk again in 1 second time. He'll jump down, looking for the TP out, but they've got stuns available. They'll find the kill. Mag will drop, Vega losing 3 as they try and force the... We'll see a couple of problems for Vega. They do commit the exorcism of the Death Prophet, so they have to get back in range of Pycap. He's just running away. The Snowball from Yapsor is going to try and create as much space as possible. And, well, the space was created. He'll lose his life for it, but it's a lot priced back off cooldown, so Pycat up. Doesn't start his TP, they gust, but he runs the other way. Again, Mag trying to close that distance. The Shadow, actually the Weave is what reveals at his position as he comes underneath the tower. Out goes the TP, but it will not be successful. Bambo, he tried to actually force stop him to allow the TP to function, but ends up feeding his own life, and now it...
So, it's quite nice. It means outside of Chrono, he's going to be doing a lot of work. He's going to be slowing people, he's going to be, you know, stopping them from getting those cooldowns up again. But yeah, I think the original move from Vega is just...
TPing down the bottom lane. They see Pycat. Mag? Yeah, he's going to say it's worth the committal of the level 2 Chronosphere. Cat doesn't take as much damage as you'd think because he's got his Warcry up, but the Shadow Wave was all... Actually, did that Warcry disappear halfway through it, I think? He also fighting a little earlier. The creep wave hasn't arrived yet. They have more than enough damage to burn through it, but you've just lost your tier 2 tower in mid. Your tier 3 tower on the top lane is almost down. You claim the bottom racks. Okay, you don't lose your tier 3 tower on top. If they lost that, then I'd be a little bit more questionable about if Monkey Business could have fought back. Solo? Yeah, they're leaving it for dead. He can Shallow Grave and Mech and just waste their time. He doesn't have a TP scroll. So we just decide to stand his ground and fight. He'll die.
Top tower is under attack.
Just having a little fun. Doesn't really put a huge play from Bambo. That's the only thing Vega really needs to be thinking about. And they're disabling his blink as much as they can.
Stormballs and it'll be dodged by the Yule Scepter. They're looking for that
surrounding out.
He's trying to get them to initiate on him. Because he's the Aegis, the immortal character. Doesn't matter if he dies, he'll respawn in just a moment's time. No one's always going to wear off, but a big ulti and Shallow Grave takes in. 4 heroes from Mag. Now Bambo comes in with the epicenter. He's looking for the kill over on Seema, but they've got so much armor, so much life. The heal is there to disrupt the Rolly though, catching up Mag as well as the Death Prophet. She has to use them to interrupt and then gets walked away to take with a big stance in return. Pasha with the gust bag finally buys himself some space here, looking for the damage with the double buyback kicking in here from Muckbusiness. They're looking to desperately scramble some level of defense here. The Parch is going to go to work on Yapsor. The silence is holding for now, and Yapsor, well, the silence finally wears off. Pasha has to back up. They still have Shallow Grave available. The Sunstrike, however, he wasn't looking that one. Yapsor survives on 14 HP. As Vega now have to disengage. No one's been brought back in, so maybe they can't disengage. They have to try and protect that Death Prophet, who starts to Soul Siphon already. The Ice Wall makes it difficult for Soul to escape out of here. There's no one, do they just leave him? Yeah. They're going to actually leave Seema or Solo. One last Shallow Grave. Seema's done a fair chunk of damage here, however, but he's still going to end up dying. And Solo's also going to end up dying. Hung around a little bit too long and air glimpsed back and killed off. So what did Vega achieve from that? You forced 2 buybacks this time for Mama's Boys to try. Embo comes in from behind, gets the Burrow Strike over on Solo, 4 stars away, keeps himself out of this fight, but then the Chrono catch Cat as well as Hook. That entire DP ulti, I want to watch what happens to Hook right now. Even though the Snowball is delaying up a lot more of the fight, Hook is going to run north away from the rest of his team as the Suns just keep going out. Pasha pumping damage and slow into that Sven, so he just can't keep fighting. Now Cat turns for the stun, but he just can't inflict enough damage anymore. The Invoker is...
You see that happening, it's like basically just a Weaver ulti and then people like kind of just, I don't know, facepalm at the spell.
6 minutes. Since their previous push. Oh,
Bambo's trying to set up.
They found Bambo on the side. Commit Chrono for it, just nagging him to Chrono, so hey, why not?
He has to buy back.
He does.
Vega,
they can't find him at all. Mama's Boys have gone 3 different ways, but Bambo again. Oh, they couldn't afford to have this happen. At least they have the big damage dealing ultimate that's killing him off as the Invoker tries to burn through the VS, but it's not going to happen. They just swap Yapsor back in. This could be the game right now where you lose your big heroes until that holds you from Disruptor. Seema, he's going to live, get out of the... Okay, he's going to stay in the storm, but they survive anyway.
I like the little kind of mini fight.
It's not green, so
Radiant's middle barracks
use the cooldown anyway. And that physical damage is too much. There's no tier 2 tower on the top lane to protect the top racks either. Pasha's still walking around with cheese and no one's still got the Aegis the Immortal. So there's no reason why they can't just force in the Megas. This game, it's... I'm sorry for the Mama's Boys, but
Radiant's top barracks are
this is over. Mag's got Chrono back off cooldown. All he's going to see Pycat and actually catches Hook instead. So Pycat can try and look to do as much damage as he wants to. He's getting some good cleave damage out. Seema, well, he's still visible, but now they just turn over to Pycat. And he is dead. Broken will buy back. Haksha just triggers his cheese, so he just survives through it. Bambo throws the ulti out, but he's only really hitting BKB targets, and there it is. Finally, the TG call comes out. Vega will take game number 1 with a well-executed draw strat, maybe a little bit too eager on the bottom lane, but overall, this game, it never really felt like it got out of their control.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, I sort of feel like a matchup between these two teams is Vega's expected to be the stronger team, expected to outclass Mama's Boys, and Mama's Boys, I think, need to outthink Vega, and I don't think they really did it this game. It didn't impress me, didn't really convince me. I definitely still think they're capable of it, but... Yeah, for this game 1, it's just one-way traffic, and it's not like that surprising given that there wasn't anything too inspired.